I hope you all are hearing me. Um, yes. So, good morning, and I wish all are fine and taking good care of yourself and staying safe. This is Shaileshri ma'am taking English subject for the grade 4. Today, our topic is poem name is Indian Weavers. Indian Weavers is a poem name as written by the poet. Can you guess? A Sarojini Naidu. Now, Sarojini Naidu having one beautiful nickname. When we hear that nickname, we can understand immediately that yes, this is Sarojini Naidu. Can you guess that? Yes, it's Nightingale of India. Sarojini Naidu's nickname is Nightingale of Nightingale of India. Because of her richness in the poetry, and she has attempted all the themes, life or lives, happiness, death, many themes she used to take, and always it was a rich poetry. So it was this name has given to her. Do you know, students, Sarojini Naidu, when she was young, her father wanted her to become a mathematician or the scientist, but love towards the poetry has made her, more attracted to this poetry. So she became a poet. Right now, also she was the important part of the freedom fighting in India, when British has ruled us, and along with the Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji team, she was a part of the Dandi Yatra, and she used to write very inspiring poems to motivate our soldiers. So this is about the Sarojini Naidu. Now, coming to the poem is giving more emphasis on the life cycle of humans. It's about talking about the three times, like birth, life, and death. Also, which is covered in the three stanzas. And this poem tells about the Indian weavers, timing, times of the weaves. It's also talk about this. So first, I want to show you Sarojini Naidu, her photo that how the poet looks like. Then we will see the video of Indian weavers. What actually Indian weavers? How they weave? I want to show you one video. Then we will read about the poem with the new words and understand the meaning. And we'll read the poem and understand it. Okay, this is what we are going to do in this today's class. I'm sharing my screen with you all. Just check the screen. So this is Sarojini Naidu when she was young, when she, at the different ages has covered in this picture. So you can see her, and there is one picture along with the Gandhiji, that shows, was how much she was involved, how she was part of the Dandi Yatra and involved in the freedom fights. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen with you all with a video. Okay, this is about weaving machines, weavers, how they weave the clothes, the threads, how it works. You see they're working with that. easy job to do. They weaves, in Indian weavers also, the weavers are weaves the clothes in the morning, and they feel it's beautiful and charming, and they describes the clothes. They enjoying that how there is a comparison also happens with these clothes. Sometimes they weave the colors, clothes, so that comparison will come. That time they compare that clothes next to others, and in Indian weavers' home also, it's a comparison happens. The stages of life they describes. Okay. Now back to the class. I'm going to my screen. I'm sharing with you all the poem where we can see the poem. Okay. Students, can you see here? Um, 1 minute. Sarojini Naidu has written the poem Indian Weavers. In this, meanings has given. So to understand the poem better, you have to understand the meaning. A break of day, a dawn, the first light in the sky before sunrise. Robes, a long loose garment. Halcyon, it's a bird related to the kingfisher in a Greek legend. It is a blue winged bird generally associated with the kingfisher. It is said to calm the seas. Okay, so what is a blue wing? A bird, and it's they associated with a kingfish. It is said to calm the seas. Plumes, feathers, veil, a piece of cloth that covers the woman's face. Shroud, a cloth that covers the dead body. Also, they have given us some note on the introduction about the poet, but I also already informed you all that how the poet Sarojini Naidu was, and one more important thing about Sarojini Naidu is that she can speak several languages, like she can speak Telugu, Urdu, Hindi, English, also the Persian language, and she wanted to become a poet because of love towards the poets. But her father wanted her to become a scientist and mathematician. And she had participated in the Dandi Yatra along with the Mahatma Gandhi. Now, this is a three stanza of poem. Indian Weavers, this Sarojini Night, it's about human beings on earth in three main stages by using symbols like clothes and times of the day. The journey of life begins with one color, blue, which means joy and happiness. And it continues with the addition of number colors, green and purple, which means sorrows. Sorrows also entered into life along with the happiness. Life is more active in this stage than the first stage. In the final stanza, all the colors vanish away and single color white remains, which means that emotions are connected with life, and when the person dies, emotion also dies. This is all about this poem. Now let's read the poem and understand a better in each stanza. A weavers are weaving at break of day. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue is a wing of halcyon wild. We weave the robes of newborn child. Weavers are weaving at fall of night. Why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plumes of peacock, purple and green, we weave a marriage veils of queens. Weavers weaving, Solomon, and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather, white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's a funeral shout. Okay, so students, actually, in the first stanza, what exactly he says? In the stanza, the number of images used to describe the first stanza of humans like, break of day, a garment so gay, a blue as the wing of halcyon wild. This stage is full of happiness, a freshness, hope, a beauty, etc. There is no sorrow in the stage. Okay, coming to the second stanza, weavers weaving at all fall of night. Why do you weave garments so bright? Like the plumes of peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. It's about adulthood in the second stanza. The poet again meets the Indian weavers, this time during the fall of night. This time during the fall of night. It probably refers to the evening or dusk time when the sun sets and the darkness fades away. Moreover, it is also the time during which most of the Indian marriages take places. Now come and here poet questions the weavers why they wear garments so bright like a plumes of peacock, purple and green. The garment at this time is bright and full of colors like feathers of peacock, unlike one color blue during the morning time. Okay, the weavers reply that they weave the marriage veils of a queen. Okay, thus referring in the second or in other words adult stage of a life. During this stage humans are quite active. They love each other, get married and quest the better and the prosperous life. And the colors of purple and the green symbolizes sorrow and happiness or struggles and ease in one adult stage, and these all colors or ups and downs of life makes adulthood bright. Now coming to the stanza 3, weavers weaving Solomon and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White is a feather and white is a cloud. We weave a dead man's a funeral shroud. In stanza 3, it's about death, talking about death. In the final stanza, as I said, first only, he finds that weavers Solomon and still, that is, they are quite sorrowful, grieved and silent. They were weaving something weird in the moonlight chill. That is in the dead of the night, which is white as a feather and white as a cloud. That is colorless, lifeless. As a poet fails to figure out what it is, the cloth, and why they are sorrowful and silent. She asked them, what are they weaving rather than why are they weaving? They reply that they are weaving shroud, the cloth put on the dead body for a dead person. Thus, the third and the final stage is death, which is emotionless and lifeless, like a cloud or a feather. In this way, the life which begins with life, joy, hope, etc., ends with the sorrows and grief. Okay? So this is about the poem. I'm going to I'm going to stop this poem here, because in the next coming classes I want to discuss the key points. I want to discuss the key points with you all, and I want to know the summarization of the poem and the comprehension questions on that poem. Okay, and students, thank you being with me, and please read the poem loudly at home and try to understand. Okay, again in the next class we will discuss the poem with the key points, also summarization, again with the comprehend questions, also the textual question. Thank you for being with me. Bye.